Welcome, beloved Sangha, to the Jewel Ornament of Series Liberation Series, a commentary with our Venerable Khenpo Tenzin. We'll begin today's teachings in page 4 and 5 with opening prayers in the Garchen Buddhist Institute prayer book. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all mothers, until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Kajulama namje da jon ye da na tsara damje da la ma la ba la ye ji so zon la zan yon den jam zon nga la wa den de don jen de be ge le zor da zo lo ji zon ro war sin je lab zo zor che lam dan ro war sin je lab do zo lam ro wa se war sin je lab do Chua yi shi sun jia war sin jia lab de zoi gang ge den jian zhe war jiong gao ba me ba jie me ba jie ba me ba da me ba wa me ba zhuo me ba da de dun me dun jian me zhi ba nie jie jie den ba zo ba san jie ma nan jie dan ba de la jiang zar de den jian za ba la ma jie jie gu zong du jie sin lang da 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 ge ju lang be de da ge den ba dang sun jie jie dong la bo jian zhe ba sin jie la de zo. Good morning and Tashdele, dear Dharma friends. And today I'm teaching the perfection of meditative concentration. I taught some already, and then today we are here it says, if all the afflictions are equally present in you, the remedy is to train the breath-based meditations as follows. Treasure of higher knowledge, it says, there are held to be 6: counting, following, resting, thinking, transformation, and utterly purifying them. So I already explained about this actually, but if I emphasize a little bit, if you have if your afflictive emotions equally in presence in you, then counting, meditate with the breath is very helpful. um, uh, the count, as I said last week, you don't count many numbers like 100 or 200 or something. You count around 10 or 7, sometimes 2 or 3. You count your breath. Then when you train meditation, training the meditation, you should repeat, do something, do again. That is very helpful because then your mindfulness is fresh and your attentiveness also will be clear. So it is helpful. And then sometimes you hold your breath in your center channel in different chakras like crown chakra, third chakra, heart chakra, and navel chakras. You can hold your breath. You can hold your breath, crown chakra. Maybe you think, what is that? So this means that you focus. Sometimes there's area of your third eye place, you visualize a small light. Size is like a beam, and then you focus there. Wherever you focus, then your breath comes there, and wherever your breath comes and goes, your mind is all same. So your mind and your breath, we call the inner wind. They are always together, like a driver's driving car. Breath or inner winds are like a car, and the person who practice with this breath, is that person, the mind is like a driver. So especially somebody has the heart problem, because there's some focus too much area of a heart chakra. They have some problems if you have heart disease or something. And then the best place is your focus, the downside of navel area, because Ngachir Rinpoche often told us this is very a unique path instruction. If we focus the downside of navel area, then our inner winds collected them, gather together, area of navel chakra, little downside of navel chakra, 4 fingers downside from navel, and then it is very fresh. This is fresh means this air or winds are very wind is very fresh air, clear wind, and a healthy wind. So it support to your kinetics. So kinetic is actually, if I say made by water, is little funny, but our kinetics and water are very much relation. They have a very good relationship. But at the same time, our kinetics are very sensitive about cold weather or something like that. Then cold weather effect, cold air effects over kinetics. So that's where if we keep breath downside of our, actually we call it abdomen, in the area of abdomen, then mind comes there, winds gather them, mind and winds are gathering together, and then it's support to your kinetics, because there is a warmness. Yeah, warmness. So that's where it's most of the time you focus there. But then there are special time. Special time is during the um, meditation. There are 4 set tracks. So if you always focus here, oh, this is a good place, always I'm going to focus there, area of navel, abdomen, then sometimes you fall asleep or your mind is very dullness. So at that time you are going to focus the area of crown chakra or third eye place. Then it helps you to keep fresh, which means your the mind not become dullness. Then yeah, other thing I explained, and then utterly purifying them. I did not explain that. Utterly purifying them means there are few methods meditate with these emotions. So during the shamatha meditation and the sutarayana, most of the time we should acknowledge when afflictive emotions arise. There is a very important thing. Generally, what are we doing, or what we do is like, if we have a very strong emotion, strong afflictive emotions, and then we understand, and then we try to fight with these strong emotions. At that time, these strong emotions are very strong. So we cannot eliminate them. So we lose under the power of afflictive emotions. We lose under the afflictive emotions means then we follow them. If we are angry, start to use harsh words or some harmful act. And then the dullness, feeling of dullness arises, we fall asleep. And then same like a desire or other emotions arises, we follow them. And then whenever we follow those afflictive emotions, then we start to cultivate karma. So we started to cultivate karma cause. After we cultivated karmic cause, and then result or effect, it's almost naturally occurs. When this negative karmic result occurred in our life, and then we start to suffer. So we don't want suffering, yeah. So that's where we have to know that. So that's where then how utterly purify. There are different ways to utterly purify them, but number one means during the shamatha meditation, for example, we should acknowledge, especially we training with a very humble, simple afflictive emotions. If very small afflictive emotions arise in our mind, from our mind, the principal responsibility is acknowledge that. That's most of the time is small afflictive emotions arises from mind. We don't know. This is the problem. Like a small wind below, then if there's a candle light, we don't care about that. We have little confidence. It doesn't make any cannot kill this butter lamp or butter flame light, something like that. So that's where we ignored. So that sometimes we cannot feel it. So that's where we always should be very sensitive. With sensitive means there, if we are become too much sensitive with the friends or something, families or environments, then it is problem. But we should be sensitive means be alert with afflictive emotions. Small afflictive emotions arise, we should start to fight, and then we always become, how to say, victory. We become winner. So we become winner, and then we get a great experience. We we get great experience from them, and then one time, if strong emotion arise, afflictive emotion arise from mind, we can easily eliminate that. I mean, we can conquer it, or we can purify it. So that's where during the Shamatha meditation, this part is very important. And then during the mahamudra, then utterly purify means we have to look during the mahamudra and Zopa Chimpa practice. We are going to look the essence of emotion. But look at the essence of emotion is it's very possible it's very possible we will think, oh, I'm going to look at essence of emotion. How to look is if my anger emotion arises, and then beside of this anger emotion, I search the essence of anger emotion. This is also not exactly how we watch our emotion. So if anger emotion arises, don't reject it, don't adopt it. These two things are very important. Yeah. Reject, if we reject, is still good, it's good karma, but we don't adopt. Don't adopt means don't follow it. But just watch it. Just watch it. Don't search some different essence of this angry emotion, but just watch. Just watch, and then spontaneously it will disappear. And then your mind is the watchman at that time. Yeah. So that watchman or your mind automatically become very fresh, very clear. So that's where then you have more opportunity to gain clarity. Okay, then here says the practice whereby these afflictions are neither eliminated, indulged in, or transmuted, such as according to the way of secret mantra or of the tradition and instructions of Marpa and his spiritual ears, are to be learned orally from a qualified guru. You should understand the innate union of mahamudra and the 6 practices of Naropa. So innate union of mahamudra is the very important mahamudra practice. So, but there are very important the innate union, the union of the innate union of the mahamudra. Always when we practice, we try to bring together all of the informations like 5 fingers. First, we should understand that these 5 fingers, each and every fingers, and then we bring together. Don't always open like this. These the informations, path instructions, everything bring together. This is very important during our practice. And after we make together, we should bring into the mind and should dissolve into the mind. Then Dharma really help us. So this is how should we practice correctly Dharma. So in this innate union of Mahamudra, there is a very how to say it's a very important verse. So says the core emergent nature of mind is the Dharmakaya. So our nature of mind is no different these outside space. Our nature state of mind and outside of space are no different. But there is no different means both are great emptiness. But in the nature state of mind, it has many amazing qualities, which are lucidity, the relaxation, and bliss, great bliss. So right now we are very attached, temporary desires, temporary happiness. But if we will really practice well through the Mahamudra and so forth, and then we gain some experience with great bliss. And then one day, some say, stop to practice. We will not stop. We don't. We unwilling to stop to practice. Right now we say, be diligent, practice, do this, that, but still it's difficult, which means we don't have experience about greater bliss. So if we experience very small parts of this great bliss, then someone say, if you will not stop to practice Dharma, I will kill you. But they say, you can kill me, but I don't want to stop to practice Dharma. So kind of this power arises from our mind. So that's where our nature state, it says the co-emergent nature of mind is the Dharmakaya. Exactly, this is Dharmakaya. And then second verse, the co-emergent appearances are the radiance of the Dharmakaya. That's where this is a co-emergent nature state, the Dharmakaya, but these appearances, we are always think these outside appearances are true, exist. Oh, sound is good, this is a real true sound. Oh, sound is true sound, it's not good sound. So always we have dualistic perceptions. So we create samsara through our way of thinking. We cultivate suffering, circumstance of suffering by ourselves. But it says, this is the co-emergent indivisibility of mind and appearances. So Mahamudra means like that. Mahamudra means this, however, Mahamudra means this. Their innate mind and appearances, they are same. For example, in the night, we are sleeping, but we have dream. In the dream, we dream like elephant or some mountains or rivers. This river, that elephant, that mountain, they are magical of mind. If you have very small bedroom, how there will be a big elephant or big mountain? So that's where everything's are magical of mind. Likewise, right now we are wake up, so every appearances are magical of mind. But then this is not so easy to understand. That's where there are another important verse. It says, unspoken by others, the co-emergence cannot be found anywhere. Be it known that it is found by following the Guru for in extended time and by your own merits. So, if first I talk a little bit about the own merits. Right now we say we should accumulate merits. For example, preliminary practice. We emphasize you should practice preliminary practice. You should practice. So which means to attain Dharmakaya, it is related to things. There are many ways of practice, but they all included. They are all included too. It's Guru's path instruction and one's merit. So that's where right now we are practicing for thoughts. We are practicing preliminary practices and other these ritual practices and so forth. And we are retreat or learning or everything. Why do we do? Because why did we do those things? Because we cultivate merit. And then as it says, be it known that if it is found by following the Guru. So Guru understand this nature state of mind. Guru completely understood the innate mind or union of the emptiness and clarity, union of emptiness and bliss, union of the emptiness and relaxation, or non-perception. Guru know clearly, know that. Guru clearly know that. So then Guru gave us how Guru understood the innate of mind, and then Guru lead us through this path. So then eventually, this is very important, is this extended time. What is extended time? It's very important. Extended time is when Guru introduce you that your mind is Dharmakaya because of like that, because of this or something, and you completely clear. Oh, something like that. You feel like that. At that time, your samsara is goodbye from your mind. So that is the extended time. This is only we get from Guru's path instruction. But if you don't continually practice, that is very, it is like a small fire spark. Just come and then ready to go by itself. So that's where meditation means we are do frequently practice, and then this small fire spark become very big fire. For example, fire of wisdom, and then fire can burn all the liquid plants or dry plants or clothes or all these material things. Fire can burn. Likewise, our wisdom can burn all negative karmas, all of these samsaric, how to say, uh, uh, experiences or sufferings. Everything can burn the fire of wisdom. So this is the very, very important. Briefly, I say that, and then here says, and the sixth practice, you should understand the innate union of mahamudra and the six practices of Naropa. So six practices of Naropa. If I briefly talk about this, especially kind of the names. So I think many practitioners know the names. For example, there are six yoga of Naropa. So what are them? Is Tummo, illusory body, inner heart. Tummo means inner heart, then illusory body, and then dream yoga, then luminosity, then injection of consciousness, or poa. Usually we say poa, so you understand. And then pardo, in English, the intermediate states. So this is the sixth yoga of Naropa. This is the through this sixth yoga of Naropa, then we can eliminate all afflictive emotions. But in this case, we don't want to apply some remedies or antidotes separately, but that's where we can dissolve them into the wisdom of mind. And then there is also the Rechongpa. You know Rechongpa. He has the 9 divisions of mixed the yoga. Actually, basically this 6 yoga of Naropa. So this is, for example, number 1 is desire or attachment mixed, great bliss. So attachment mixed with great bliss is Tummo. So sometimes we very new Tummo practitioners, they cannot gain the Tummo, and then they visualize Vajrayogini. Through this, there are ways to start to arise Tummo experience. There are many methods. This is the one method, for example. And then what is called the angry emotion mixed with this what is called that non-true existing or not true exist. So which is illusory body. Illusory body. And then another is the ignorance mixed non-perception, which is clarity. And then the Pardo and Pardo mixed with Poa, and then meditate it right before death or die, right before death. So Poa is okay. Later I will say. And then another is for diligent practitioners practice Tummo, and later lethargic practitioners practice dream yoga. and then someone is like a shortage life, or some almost ready to die. They have no more time to practice Tumo and illusory body and so forth. They should practice what? They should practice the poa. So, if briefly I mention about these things, for example, the angry emotion. Angry emotion. How do this angry emotion arise from our mind? We have always questioned. Yeah, the reason is that we think these outer phenomena are real and true. So, as I mentioned this morning, someone says very negative words or act some negative action. We think this is real. Then angry emotion arises. Especially then we think, oh, last year he or she did like this, or last year he did that for my friends or my loved ones, or last year he or she did something my things, my possessions. And then we think, oh, he or she will do something in the future. And so that's where the angry emotion becomes stronger. It's become frozen. Angry emotion become frozen. This it has no example. We said this what is called refrigerator. We think it's very cold, but it cannot frozen as it cannot frozen our mind. However, but angry emotion is very strong refrigerator to frozen or freeze our mind. So then illusory body means, actually we say illusory body, not only body, illusory phenomena. So everything is like a illusory, not truly exist. As Naropa said, if you have no different dream and daytime, then you get real pattern structure. So we always, there are many examples. Actually, there are 8 great examples. If I mention some of these, rainbow, echo, and then sometimes there's a, in the weather is very hot, but then far away we see it's like a rain. These are another example. And then dream. So these are examples of illusory body. So right now, and then we turn our side. First we focus outside, yeah. Now we focus on our side, and then what we see, this body. Oh, this body we found when? When did we found? This body we found when we were mother's womb. If we separate this body, separate and give back, we should give back to whom? Our parents. The blood, flesh, this part are mother's thing. Bones and some are father's thing. So our consciousness is very naked, loneliness, homeless. It comes from bardo. Bardo means not sure where is bardo. Everywhere is bardo. Even we open the door, there are small empty. We open the window, little small. Open the window for 1 or 2 inches. There are small space. This is also bardo. So consciousness just travel everywhere. Pardo beings consciousness. But why? Because it's searching food, clothes, house. House is not like this, our temper or something, this body. That's why Pardo being has not this five aggregates form. Actually, they have form, but this form is kind of light. Anyhow, so we should understand everything, especially this body is illusory body. But illusory means perhaps we think, oh, this is illusory, negative, don't care. This is not way to practice of the Vajrayana. Illusory means we are practicing yidams like a moon's reflection in the water. So this body is five family Buddhas, if we recognize. That's where Marpa, Chujilodu Marpa, Losava said that these five aggregates are when we do not know they are ordinary body. If we know it, at that time these five aggregates are the five family Buddhas. Marpa said, Milarepa said same thing. Yeah, briefly. And then ignorance mixed with non-perception is clarity. So it seems, ignorance and clarity is opposite. Clarity is like a daytime. Ignorance is like a middle of the night. But if we understand the essence of ignorance, it is clarity. The essence of ignorance is clarity. Means what is the essence? What is essence of the ignorance? It is dharmakaya. Dharmakaya. So when we say three kayas, from dharmakaya has bliss, which part we call sambhogakaya. Dharmakaya has light, we call it nirmanakaya. So that's where ignorance is actually clarity. So we have to understand this. And then another this there are the main practice is the same. Main practice is the same, but they are slightly different. For example, right now I'm talking about 6 yogas of Naropa, yeah, briefly, just for make sense. But another is some say Naropa's sister, so her name is Jam Nigima. She has also 6 yogas. So then first is she says this is very 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 important part actually. She says the most blissful heat which glows of itself. Glows of itself. Not particularly cultivated. But before arise this Tummo, for example, during the Chakra Samvara, we visualize the syllables through our chakras, and then we visualize, yeah. Then it says the illusory state in which attachment and aversion are self-liberated. In the reality, everything is self-liberated. And then the double delusion of dream are self-purified. Double delusion means in the daytime we think, oh, I'm wake up, I understand, but this is also delusion. But then dream is the more deluded. Our consciousness becomes more delusion. So that's where it used double delusion. It purified, self-purified. Then clarity, which is the awakening of ignorance by itself. When we understand the essence of ignorance, what happened? When we understand the essence of ignorance, our ignorance becomes clarity. Then Poa, which is the Buddhahood without meditation. Poa practice is actually, there are many explanations about Poa. However, this right now we have a body and it has channels. There are many numbers of channels. In Tibetan medical, there are 80,000 of channels. In the Sutrayana, it counts 72,000 channels in our body. But these are we can count. But there are almost countless of channels in our body. But the principle is what is it called? The principle is our consciousness goes through the center channel, and then it can go to the Amitabha pure land. So that's where it has a different way of practices. Some practices are poor practices are ourselves. That's where it's some don't have time to practice the 5 yogas of Naropa. Still practice only Poa, then one can reborn in the Amitabha's pure land. So the Poa practice is a very important practice. It's not so difficult practice too. And then the Pardo, which is the victorious Sambhogakaya. Actually, we are practicing this generation stage. All practices are included. All Vajrayana practices are included too. Generation stage and completion stage. So generation stage, during the generation stage, self-generation stage and front generation stage or so forth. So either we are going to visualize yadams, lotus, moon disk, sun disk, and then syllable home, and then these yadams, and then there are yadams ornaments, and so forth, yeah? Which means we are training the Pardo, actually. Pardo. Because when we will die, then our consciousness will go to the Pardo, and then our consciousness becomes very sensitive and very confused. Confusion, or maybe confused. So which means in the Pardo, our consciousness can see yadams, wrathful yadams, semi-wrathful yadams, peaceful yadams, but afraid of them. It cannot figure them out that they are our protectors. Our protectors. We think they are our enemies. There is an example. If you are going to the if you are an army to fight some enemies, so you are going towards that place. There are some other people come. Those people are not your enemy, but you think, oh, this is maybe my enemy. Perhaps you think this is definitely my enemy. So you prepare to fight, or you start to run away. It's depend your courageous. Yeah. So likewise in the Pardo, yidams come to you, but you think they are very scary, or you are scared them. So you try to run away from them. So that means right now, if we don't practice yidams and just practice, that's not enough. If we don't visualize them, and then what happened in the Pardo, the yidams, same right now we just see in the tanka, they hold some weapons or something. It's a very what to say, looks like a very afraid, but still they are just a picture in the tanka. They never move. If wind move them, maybe they move. That's all. If we move them, that's all. But in the Bardo, it's real happen. Real appears. I mean, at that time, if right now we are practicing well these idioms, then we understand. For example, babies, the mother come, then baby understand. Baby's mother hold baby in her lap, in her arm. Baby stop to cry or something like that. It's very relaxed there. Baby can sleep there. Likewise, Pardo is a very dangerous place actually, but if we practice well with these yidams, peaceful yidams, wrathful yidams, then in the Pardo they appears and we understand, oh, they are our protector. But this is not higher level. Maybe we think, oh, this is my manifestation of my mind. So you understand the intrinsic awareness. That's where you will become that yidam. So that's where then you become, you will liberate it in the Pardo. Yeah. So this is the briefly I introduce means explain here, and then all the above represent the various stage of mental training that lead the perfect practice of meditative concentration. So the right now we are the perfection of meditative concentration. So this all of these practices are related meditative concentration. In the Suttarayana, we call Shamatha and Vipassana. In the Vajrayana, we say completion, generation stage and completion stage. So all the practices are included now, these four things. And then these four things are included one, which is our innate mind or intrinsic awareness. When we recognize our intrinsic awareness, we become Vajradhara. We become Kundazambo. So then we don't want to search Kundazambo and Vajradhara somewhere, because we are. In this case, we means nature state of mind, not self. This not illusory body. The third point concerns the different aspects of meditative concentration itself. There are three. One, meditative concentration that procures tangible well-being. Two, meditative concentration that gives rise to good qualities. And three, meditative concentration that accomplishes the welfare of others. The first of these makes one's mind a suitable vessel. Yeah. Suitable vessel means because we apply mindfulness, we always think, oh, they are our mother thinking beings, or I don't want to harm. Always think, oh, if someone uses a harsh word to me, it disturbs my mind. It stills my peaceful mind. That's why I don't want to use harsh words. When people show good actions, when people help us, we are happy. In the same way, if we help, we show good actions, they will happy. That's why I'm going to make happy them. So this the kind of mindfulness can arise from meditative concentration. Otherwise, since beginnerless, we follow, grasping, always think I is number one, I is important. We perceive that. If I is very helpful, it's okay, but I always deceive to us. That's we have to know. I lead us wrong way. That's we have to know. Wrong way means I lead us where? Lower realms. Or in the samsara. I don't let us liberate from samsara. So that's where what is in the we drive car, there's a wrong way, yeah? Wrong way. The same like that. If we follow self-grasping, then we goes to the wrong way. So if we are going to right way, then we should practice meditative concentration. So first of this makes one mind and suitable vessel. So we meditate in Buddha's mind, 37 great qualities, or 32 major and 80 minor marks. Everything appears from the mind. Everything are qualities of mind. So if we are going to grow some flowers, we have to take care of this flower. We water this flower. We this what's the soils, or there's some dirt, or keep warm in the winter, so on. Likewise, meditative mind means we always take care of our mind. Then we become carefulness, mindfulness, and attentiveness. So then all the qualities, even Guru's blessings, Yidam's siddhis, Dakini's activities. Dakini's activities means if you want help from Dakas and Dakinis, you are going to be mindful. When you take care of your mind, Dakas and Dakinis take care of you. And then Gurus, for example, Yidam's siddhi, there are common siddhi and it's uncommon siddhis. Siddhi. So both of these siddhis, if we are going to receive these siddhis, we should be right place. For example, if you ask to your friends, send some precious gift, some gift, nice gift, you should give correct address. You should give correct address to your friends, and then your friend send there through this address, then your gift deliver it in your hand. Like if you don't give correct address, your friend is very kind, love you, but your friend send gift through this wrong address, and your precious thing goes other people's hand. Likewise, if we have to receive Gurus as the Yidam's bless, we should be right person. We should be right person means mindfulness, be mindful. be mindful and do what? Keep compassion, keep loving kindness. And then if we do that, then Yidams always bestow siddhis. For example, I'm going to retreat. We have opportunity, and the retreat goes very well. If sometimes there, as I mentioned this morning, there are 3 set texts, 3 or 4 set texts, and then 4 what is it? 4 straying, 4 way of strayings. So this even without guru, we really possible still we misunderstand. So guru is very important. So that's where a great Mahasiddha Saraha, the king of Siddha, Mahasiddha. Saraha is Nagarjuna's guru. So Saraha gave 19 special path instructions to Mitipa. Do you know Mitipa? Mitipa is Marpa's another guru. Mitipa is also great Mahasiddha. So here says, if you understand that your mind is guru, but still you should respect outer guru. Outer guru is like who are in the ordinary form. You should respect. If you have no doubt to reborn in the hunger ghost realm, still you non-stop to generous to small piece of food or something like that. If you have no worry to rebirth in the lower like a hell realm, still you purify even small negative karma. You should purify and adopt even that is small virtue. Kind of this way, he gave 19 path instructions. So if we meditate, well, then everything we can do. So then we become, then Guru always bless to us. Guru, what is the Guru's bless? Guru's bless is, there are many ways. For example, if I mention one thing, we can understand our mind is Vajradhara only through Guru's path instruction. So anyhow, we can entirely liberate from suffering because of kindness of Guru. So that's where Guru is very important. So that's where Naropa is Malarepa. They are the example how follow the Gurus through the undertaking hardships. I don't mean we should always follow through undertaking hardships, but we should listen what Guru says. Listen means the Guru's principal hope to us is be compassionate person and keep loving kindness and then practice. So these are the great thing. Then the second, produce enlightened qualities in the someone who is already a fit vessel. Yeah. So one, for example, we receive empowerment for what? After we receive path instructions, for what? We receive path empowerment, which means it's allowed to receive path instructions or allowed to practice. Allowed to practice those path instructions, And after we are going to practice through by ourselves, and then improve, and then we will become enlightened. And the third works for the benefit of beings. So the benefit other beings is we always think, oh, if I'm going to benefit other beings, then first I should become very scholar, famous, and then I will benefit. This is also right. If one, this motivation is right actually. If one has motivation that I'm going to benefit other beings, that's where I'm going to become scholar or famous. This is okay because your principal motivation is bodhicitta. But if you think, oh, if I will not become famous and scholar, I cannot benefit others, this is a misunderstand. We can benefit other beings. Even we don't harm other beings, this is also we benefit other beings. And then in different ways. For example, you are travel somewhere and someone asks you the road or path or what is called destination or some places. If they ask you, you kindly help them, kindly share them. And some beggars ask you something. If you don't have money or something to give there, or you think it is not right time to give, maybe if I give this money, this person, maybe this person misuse something, you understand like that, then you don't want to give that things, but you should give your love, and you should respect or good actions. They are very helpful. So even how to say, how many times we help other beings, eventually all result comes to us, come back. This is law of karma. But we should start every day. Otherwise, after I become something, I will do. After years, months, I will do something. Then it's delay. It's very difficult to start. So the fourth point concerns the essential characteristics of each aspect. Meditative concentration that procures tangible well-being is described in the Bodhisattvas levels. This is the meditative concentration of Bodhisattvas. It is free of all discursive thought. It gives rise to excellent mastery of mind and body. It is supremely peaceful in the very best way. It is without arrogance. It does not get involved with experience, the test of meditation, and it is free from any clinging to science. Such is what should be understood by well-being during this life. So through meditation, we have great benefit in this life, and then with the next life both. In the above, free of all discursive thought means that it remains fully consecrated without any interference due to the discursive intellect producing ideas of existence, non-existence, and so on. It gives rise to excellent mastery of mind and body, means that distraction of every bad condition that body or mind might adopt Supremely peaceful in the very best way means that it enters such a condition naturally. So we say the equanimity practice. Equanimity, immeasurable equanimity practice, it has two ways. For example, in the Nyingma tradition, sometimes the first among the four immeasurables, immeasurable equanimity is first. They practice first that. This method is the reason is that if first we don't make equal our enemies and friends, then we generate loving kindness towards all mother thinking beings are difficult. This is some practitioners has like that. So that's where it is first. But in our the open prayer book, for example, immeasurable equanimity is last. In this case, this immeasurable is like a it's supremely peaceful, which means we there are different layers of peaceful, or there are no kind of vehicle sound, or there are no people's sound, and this is a very solitary place. It's very tranquility. We feel like that this is peaceful. We say that yes, this is one part, but in this case, peaceful means we come to the in nature state of mind, no attachment, no aversion, no doubt, no hope. So everything is very balanced. Now, without arrogance refers to in absence of the affliction of false views, false views, does not get involved with experiencing the test of meditation. Refers to in does not get involved with experience the test of meditation, refers to in absence of the affliction of craving. So craving is number 9th of 12 links interdependent of origination. So craving is we attach something, we become like a crocodile. Crocodile holds some beings like a fish, for example. Then crocodile never, almost 90%, 99%, then never lose. Yeah, so that's where in this Vajra and half of the Vajra on the bell, there is also the crocodile's, how to say, painting or image. So which means when we generate compassion, mother thinking beings, we always hold all mother thinking beings in the mode of compassion. We don't want to release, lose them. So this craving means very strong attachment. We are strongly attached in this samsara. That's where we are going to purify it. Sometimes how to purify craving is, as we said, if we purifies ignorance, then craving automatically purifies, which means craving does not occur without ignorance. So the principal cause of samsara is ignorance. If we purify ignorance, then there is no samsara. craving, free from any clinging to signs, means free from experience, since objects such as form and so as though they were independent entities. In terms of the gateway to all higher qualities, there are 4 meditative concentrations, dhyana. Dhyana is the name of this concentration. There are 4 dhyanas. But this part actually, if you in the future you study in the Abhidharma Kosha text, it mentioned very clearly. So here briefly mentioned, so I will read them. There are 4 meditative concentration dhyanis. The first dhyana, dhyani is wrong, dhyana, the second dhyana, the third dhyana, and the fourth dhyana. Of these, the first dhyana is accompanied by investigation and sustained analysis. So, which means this is shamatha practice. For example, shamatha practice, there are then we gain realizations. We gain realizations and we reached higher and higher. Our realization developed. Reached means our realization increases. So then, first, what we think is this first dhyana in the desire realm, like our human being. In the desire realm, the desire realm, so the beings, thoughts are very rough, or how to say, it's very gross. But this second dhyana realm, or this experience is more peaceful. So they have these perceptions. For example, right now we think, samsara is not good, nirvana is very good. We have this perception. Likewise, they have first dhyana. These practitioners, they thought these dry realms thoughts are very unpleasant thoughts. But this second dhyana's experience is very good. They have like this perception, this experience. The second dhyana is accompanied by joy. Probably in this letter it meant bliss. So bliss has 2, bliss of body and bliss of mind. In this case, probably this should be joy. So they second dhyanas, they have accompanied joy, but then they also try to attain third dhyana's experience. That's where the third dhyana is accompanied by bliss, the mind bliss, mental bliss, probably mental bliss. And the fourth dhyana is accompanied by equanimity, immeasurable equanimity. I explained it to you. So anyhow, this there are 4. It's Abhidhamma Kosha text explain very well about that. It has lots to say, but briefly, like this. Which means that this 4 dhyanis. One, if I gain first dhyana, and I don't like some grossly of thoughts, but I think another practice is very peaceful, and I gain this, and then third, I like third, I don't like second. When I reached on third, I don't like third, but I like fourth. So then I reach on the fourth, something like that. So then dhyana means name. Dhyana is almost the same name of something or kind of samadhi. Meditative concentration that produces good qualities is of the two kinds, the exceptional and the companion. The first refers to the various meditative concentration accompanied within the 10 powers. Actually, this 10 powers, there are 10 powers, but I taught these 10 powers during the Buddha's single attention and during Golden Temple. If you focus there, anyhow, these 10 powers are power of Buddha, qualities of Buddha actually. So these 10 powers, for example, right now we say we have karma cause and effect. But if what is my previous life, which cause I was, where I was birth or born, thank you, where I was born, and then which family, how many I have siblings, and then before, something like that. For example, Shakyamuni Buddha, he took a rebirth, 500 fortunate life and 500 unfortunate life. So everything Buddha knows. Anyhow, this which karma is many things comes together, and each thing has an energy, power, and then is has some fruitions. So how their connection, how they relate, everything very clearly knows. This power has only power of omniscience. Who has omniscience? Buddha has that. So, but right now our meditation mind, for example, I single-pointedly focus on this flower for 30 seconds. This concentration develops, increases. Eventually, this concentration become what? Omniscience. So we don't want to look down to meditate for 2 or 3 minutes. So we are going to meditate as much as possible. Then, anyhow, there are 10 powers. So the one power is like that. And then there are also other beings. For example, for example, Buddha has a student, Shariputara, Monogarputara. In previous life, sometimes Shariputara took rebirth like a woman and something like that. Sometimes like took rebirth as a dog or something. Everything Buddha mentioned, yeah. So those powers, and then subtle phenomena, every situation's very clear. This power Buddha has these powers. So total there are 10 powers, which are immeasurable and inconceivable. Since Sharavikas and practical Buddhas are not even aware of the names of such meditative attainments, we need is there to speak of their ever actually engaging in them. The common ones refer to the likes of the complete liberations. So principle is, we say siddhi. Oh, I need long life, I need money, I need friends. These are common siddhis actually. But if we too much attach them, then they hold us in the samsara. Even after we die, the craving or we attach towards them, then if we have an opportunity to reborn in the Amitabha's Pure Land or other Pure Lands, then this attachment hold us in the samsara. It's like we are walking in the very deep mud. One leg pick up, another leg goes sink. So it's same like that. So we have too much this we become well known, and we have too much possessions. I think these are very much cause of samsara. But spontaneously receive to you, it's Gampopa said, spontaneously receive to you something, you keep them, these are the city. But if you don't have, don't make too much hope. But what I think, generally what I think is we should training with different things, some unnecessary things. We don't look down, oh, this is unnecessary things, I don't want, throw away. Not like that, but we try to learn to generosity, Otherwise, if I have very much a strong attachment with this book, if I give it, suddenly after days later, it's possible I will regret. If I regret about the virtue, it is non-virtue. If we are regretting non-virtue, it is virtue. So that's where small things, not so much craving or some, not so much attached with something, we learn, training, practice generosity, and same like then practice forbearance with the small issues. 1 day, 2 day, and then slowly you become like a stone. Stone is under the water how many years? Almost hundreds years, thousands years. But stones are always same under the water. Water sometimes become frozen, sometimes become small, sometimes become big, but stones are always there. So in this case, stone is a good example. But then another, there's an example is Sajapindrita. He said that this is negative example. The stones are negative example. If you don't practice, don't learn Dharma, even you stay there hundreds of years, nothing any benefit. Which means you don't know anything. So Sajapindrita, he said that, but this is, in that case, stone is a negative metaphor. But in this, right now we utilize positive metaphor. So that means, as Shantideva also says, if we are too much sensitive, then all obstacles bothers us a lot. If we balance, physically balance, mentally balance, then it's the small issues cannot affect our life. So this is also psychologically very helpful for others. See, some has problem, suffering, intensive and very, very strong suffering, and immediately they decided wrong decision. What happened? Suicide. Who did that? We don't want to criticize that they are wrong. We don't do. We definitely generate compassion and dedicate our merits towards them. But during the practice or any time, we have to focus other beings and ourselves. We are not sure what kind of our situation, what kind of situation occur in our life. So that's where we are going to ready to utilize good method. So even we have very serious problems, sufferings, but mentally try to be calm down, happy, or relax, equanimity. So actually there is a when you are angry, don't speak. I think don't speak. When you have like a lose or something like that, don't give up. Or when you have some big problems, then don't decide. Don't decide. Anger, when we have strong anger emotion at that time also, don't decide. So we have an opportunity to think. Thinking power is very powerful. So we utilize the Dharma methods for benefiting in this life. and then we gain the experience and we help others, our friends, relatives, close one, near one, and so forth. Okay. Now the common ones refer to the likes of the complete liberations, surprise of the complete liberations, surprise, I think, surprisings, gateways of exhaustion, excellent. Okay, first, complete liberations. Complete liberation means first we appear something and then we crave, we attach. So that's where these appearances are emptiness. Emptiness is appearances. We training through this way, we can liberate from appearances. So that's where Naropa told, give only 2 words to the Naropa. He said, son. He called to Naropa, son. Son means his heart son. So these appearances things cannot tie you, hold you. But if you crave, you will crave these appearances things or fixate these appearances things, then they hold you. So that's where whenever, usually we say mantras are, all the sounds are mantras. This is the special method to train how to the bad sounds transform into good sound. So usually the sounds are, if we sometimes we gain experience, there is a really a great experience that sound is the bell, we use bell. Where is the sound? Actually there is no sound, but we use move this bell and sound comes. Likewise, people say something, if we fixate, oh, there is a person, and then he or she said that, it's really effect in our mind. But sound is, it's the comes between this between us, other person and I. Between there is just like a one 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 one. It's like a sound. Then we have no fixation. So usually we say we don't want to fixate sound. So we are going to focus like a mantra means. Mantra is sometimes there is a, we can't understand meaning. It's like a it's like a beings. Even the sadhana says it recite like a being sound sometimes. So we don't understand the meaning. Oh, that's where it's the good or bad. The both are purifies. Then we have no doubt and no fixation. Yeah. It's like we listen the many people, sometimes many in the restaurant. This exactly happen in the restaurant. Especially if we have different languages, then we don't know those languages. We go to the restaurant, yeah. There are many people and they speak. But sound is but we have no attachment, this sound. We have no aversion because they have freedom to speak there. Why do we? If we don't are happy there, we cannot say you should go somewhere in the restaurant because the owner of the restaurant need money. We have not that power to let them go out. If really this sound bothers us, we should leave. Otherwise, we have no choice, no other choice. But anyhow, we had not happened. Yeah, in the restaurant, we always it's become normal. We go to the restaurant, some sound, lots of sound. We have no attachment, no aversion. Likewise, all the sound, if we do like that, it help. It's really, we liberate it. So this complete liberations. Surprising. Do you know surprising? Surprising means, I don't know exactly how to use make the sentence with this, but surprising means, for example, here, Gachinpochi come to the temple, we automatically we do. He did not. He said, "Sit down," meditate, but still we don't listen. We stand up and we almost lost freedom like this. So this is a good example. So emotions arises, we just press down them. Our emotions, like anxiety or doubt or angry emotion or thoughts, we just press down. That's surprising. Then we are always very strong. Suppressing. Thank you. Suppressing. So then some kind of any this situation occurs, we are very balanced. Like Shakyamuni Buddha, he was under the tree, peacefully, tranquilly, meditate, rest in the samadhi, rest at ease in samadhi. And then maras occur, obstacles appear. There are very strange magicals appear to him, but his meditative concentration is very pure, clear. So then he became enlightened. Yeah. Gateways of exhaustion. Gateways of exhaustion is best. Right now, if this is my angry emotion, I utilize some remedies or antidotes. I can press down like this, but later maybe it comes up. So if it says, where is it? Gateways of exhaustion entirely cut the root of the emotion. What is the root of emotion? Tendencies, or what is called the imprint. If we are going to purify imprinting of our afflictive emotions, we are going to understand nature state of mind. So then excellent specific intelligence. This is usually what is Vipassana. Some Dharma friends ask, in the reality of Vipassana, excellent specific intelligence. For example, we focus a person, suddenly we appears interdependence. Interdependence appear in our mind. Interdependence means head, arms, legs, torso, skin, bones, organs. It's kind of many separation things temporarily beings together. But this is not excellent, okay? So then excellent means emptiness. So we see their person, but we see there is emptiness. First we see our person and then emptiness. There are the kind of time, yeah? This is, at that time our practice is wonderful but not super. But when, for example, see a person, at the same time see emptiness. We see a tree, at the same time can see the emptiness. But this is from outside of our mind. And any time arise any thoughts or conceptions, or then we understand. We can experience clarity, we can experience bliss, we can experience non-perception. So that's are the and the fourths, which are common to both the Mahayana and the Sharavakas. It is on the level of their names. They share commonality. In actual fact, however, they are not identical at all. As for meditative concentration that accomplishes the welfare of others, whichever meditative concentration is resulted to there can be countless physical emanations. These meditative concentration operate for the benefit of beings in the 11 ways, such as supporting supporting beings according to their needs and so forth. Actually, there is a meditative result. There can be countless physical emanations. In the reality, actually, there are lots of this. For example, all these Vajradhara, Vajrakalaya, Vajrapani, Vajrasava, or come from Vajradhara or Kundazambo, you know? So this is usually what we say. But in this case, what can do in the reality? We should be good friends. We become good Dharma friends. And then when we met a new person, we don't want to make particularly friends if they don't, but if we become friends and then we kindly share Dharma words. If they are not interested to listen at that time, don't share Dharma words. It bothers them, but we act good actions. Or say other good kind of being more positive, something like that. It's very, then we are become the physical emanations of our guru, really. Yeah. And then another thing is, then it says beings such as supporting beings according to their needs and so forth. So in the Shantideva's prayer, it says, if someone want bridge, may I become bridge. If someone want path or road, may I become road. If someone want bedroom, may I become bed. So Buddhist Safas has a kind of this. How amazing thinking, perception. So in the Shantideva says that, yeah, if someone want water, may I become water. If someone want flowers, may I become flowers. Yeah. If someone want Dharma teacher, may I become Dharma teacher. So if someone, then in the Bodhisattvas, there are many stories. Some Bodhisattvas, they dedicate their eyes to those people who want. So anyhow, okay, you might ask, since there are tranquility and insight, which are well known. So tranquility means shamatha. Then insight means vipassana, which are well known. What is tranquility and what is insight? Oh, here says tranquility refers to placing one's mind within the mind on the base of perfect meditative observation. Shamatha is actually the peaceful. In Sanskrit, I think this Sanskrit is shanti. It's a shanti, yeah. So peace. If our mind is peaceful, then our family become peaceful family, and then if our family become peaceful family, and then our village, and then our state, and then our country. So that's where we all have a big responsibility to grow peaceful country, peaceful world. So we always give somebody's, oh, you are Nobel laureate, you have superpower, only you should do something. And we only expect. It does not occur. Many people learned from anyhow, so we from our side, and then if we cannot make peaceful environment, create peaceful environment, but we are going to create peaceful mind. If our mind is peaceful, in our body has many what to say, bacteria or organs of body. So say again, organisms, they are peaceful because they have mind, and our mind and their mind are very related because they are in one room of this body. So when we become enlightened, they will become enlightened. When we reborn in the lower realms, they come to there because of, we have same karma, collective karma. So shamatha means like that. Shamatha makes tranquility or peaceful mind. Insight refers to that follows on the on from these in excellent discerning. This word is very important. Discerning awareness of phenomena that understand what is and what is not to be done. So this insight means we understand the nature state of phenomena and the nature state of mind, and then we understand samsara and nirvana are no different. And we see samsara situations, but then we how to say, we can transform them into the nirvana. So even we experience kind of samsaric situations, we can transform into nirvana. For example, we have desire, we can transform it into great bliss. We have ignorance, we can transform it into the clarity. So insight meditation is very high realization, but inside meditation and the shamatha meditations are like two feathers of a bird. So without this both, we cannot gain inside meditation. Without shamatha, we cannot gain inside meditation. So first we meditate shamatha, but for only meditate shamatha for year by year, if we really practice well, shamatha can accomplish around 6 months or 3 months. There were many practitioners, wonderful practitioners. They accomplished around a few months the shamatha meditation, and then after means at the same time we should meditate insight or vipassana. The ornament of Mahayana Sutara says, through abandoning in the most excellent, mind is made to rest within mind. And there is a supreme discerning mind of things. These are tranquility and insight. So first, this discerning of things means we are analytical meditation. For example, impermanent, how it is impermanent, how it is precious human life, how it is how cause and it is cause and effect, and how samsara is suffering realm. Or so we analyze, but this analytical meditation increases, and then we gain the interdependence. Interdependence has a subtle and a gross. First, we understand gross interdependence, and then we will be able to understand subtle interdependent, and then we can understand emptiness, and then we gain the realization of non-duality. So that's where this is this discerning of things, the supreme discern mind of things. This is a very how to say important. Otherwise, some may think, oh, meditation means nothing to perceive anything. Yes, meditation means actually in the Mahamudra, there are 4 yogas: single pontage, simplicity, one test, and non-meditation. So each of these, for example, simplicity has 3: small, middle, and great. And then total there are 12. The 12th is a very subtle non-meditation. So this means non-perception. But to gain non-perception, we are going to apply this vipassana. We should analyze. We should analyze. Analyze. Not always analyze outside of phenomena. We should analyze in the mind. For example, analyze means if I have one emotion, I should understand. This is also inside meditation. And then I should understand the essence of this emotion. This is also inside meditation. Tranquility is the meditative concentration itself, and inside is the wisdom aspect. The 5th point is how the power of meditative concentration can be increased. It is increased by the 3 powers described above: pristine awareness, wisdom, and dedication. So pristine awareness means we meditate. I meditate shamatha at this time, today, for example, or for someone. This is a great virtue, but we have a dualistic perception. Because I have a fixation on the I, and then meditation, there's meditation class or meditation activity, and then time or for someone. So we have a dualistic perception. But pristine awareness means meditation means look at the mind. For example, who meditate? My mind meditate. What time I meditate today? Today is also my thinking. Meditation is also my thinking. And I or my is also my thinking, perception. So in the relative truth, they are no separately exist. They aren't existing separately. And then ultimately, meditation and my mind and time or those beings are same. As recently I said, we meditate on practice on the bodhicitta. So there are 2 kinds of bodhicittas: relative bodhicitta and ultimate bodhicitta. First, we are going to practice through relative bodhicitta. Relative bodhicitta has aspiration bodhicitta and engaged bodhicitta. So anyhow, aspiration bodhicitta may they have good health, good food, good friends, or then good job, something like that, and thinking more, and then slowly we also act. It's engaged bodhicitta means we act, we help to lead the practices, or we help to give something or something like that, and then slowly this other person's mind and for example, I purely arises bodhicitta, and then other person's mind and my mind has no difference. At that time, our minds are become one water in 2 cups. So this if we mix these 2 waters, these waters are become same. Likewise, our mind are same, no different. This is ultimate bodhicitta. But still we think same or sameness. This is also perception. Eventually, we should go, there is no different, no same. So this is we call non-meditation. Then wisdom, how should we increase wisdom? How should we increase through wisdom? Our meditative concentration through wisdom is number one, we understand meditation is very important. Without meditation, we cannot become Buddha. We cannot become enlightened. So first we have to know how to meditate. After we meditate, really put it into the action correctly. We don't follow 3 set takes, 4 strayings. Yeah. Then we can increase. And then dedication. Dedication is like a lock. If we have some good things, we put inside of that house, very safety house, and then we lock that house, then we no worries. If thieves or robbers goes outside of this house or somewhere, they can't take that things. Likewise, if we dedicate, after we have different thoughts arises, these thoughts cannot steal or cannot destroy our merit. So that's where this dissolution practice, in this the end of Zambala, we always practice the dissolution practice. Then we rest in the non-duality for a little while, and the best thing is right before one thought interrupt this meditation, we should dedicate. Yeah. But if we can't dedicate at that time, still we should acknowledge when thoughts arise, acknowledge, and we purify this thought. Purify these thoughts means we don't want to process to something there. We more keep pure attention on this on the meditation. So anyhow, the dedication has lots of power. It multiples our virtues, it increases our virtues, it keeps very safely our virtues. That's where this is the explained before. The 6th point, how it can be made pure, refers to meditative concentration being supported by emptiness and compassion, just as described above. Okay, that now time's almost. Let us finish this. So emptiness, you gain the realization of emptiness, and then you can generate compassion. For example, these all beings are our mother sentient beings. We can feel that through bodhicitta mind. Otherwise, we say all these beings are our mother beings, we have no feeling. So that's why we train more loving kindness. So then, okay, I understand emptiness means like that and those, and then we experience it's very peaceful, blissful, tranquility. But those beings are my mother, they don't understand. That's where, so this feeling is compassion. That's where I'm going to help them. I'm going to liberate them from suffering, because they don't understand the emptiness. For that reasons, they cultivate lots of negative things, because they are fixating with these material things, or some they follow this attachment and aversion. Like a mother loves their child. If their single mother has a child, this child don't know that is a fire, and this child jump in the fire, then what should mother do? Mother eat some food, she will stop doing something completely, she stop there and she goes there to help her child. Likewise, so if we gain the realization of emptiness, we then can generate compassion. But then compassion and emptiness are union, like a sun and sun's light. Okay. The seventh point, the fruits of meditative concentration should be understood as twofold. Its temporary and ultimate result. Its ultimate result is attain unsurpassed enlightenment. Bodhisattva levels says through taking the perfection of meditative concentration to its utter completion. Bodhisattvas truly became perfect Buddhas, are truly become perfect Buddhas, and will truly become perfect Buddhas with the highest, utterly pure and perfect enlightenment. Um, in the manual, one will obtain the existence of birth as a god, free of desire. Master Nagarjuna says, due to the four meditative concentrations through which sensory experience, physical bliss, mental joy, and suffering are completely shed. Shed means purifies, yeah? If your English is like my English level, you attain a state similar to that of the gods in the Brahma, luminous, complete, virtue, and great result heavens. This concludes the 16th chapter on the perfection of meditative concentration in this ornament of precious liberation of wish-fulfilling gem of sublime Dharma. Chancho Zencho Renpo Che Ma Che Ba Nan Je Jer Je Je Ba Nyam Ba Me Ba Ya Gong Ne Gong De Be War Jo.
May bodhicitta, the precious and supreme mind, arise in whom it has not yet arisen. Where it has arisen, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher.
Thank you so much. May you have happy and long life. Happy mind and long life.